Yo, artists, we've been building a legacy. We've been taking that starter steps, and along those steps, I've been mentioning purpose a lot. Like align your moves with your purpose. Make sure you're moving according to your purpose. Well, I've been thinking. Let me double down on that purpose real quick, cause when you making moves in a music game, just my preference, my opinion, it should be aligned with things that you truly believe in and that you see that you can do in this world. Because if you're just doing it for currency or anything that's outside of yourself or fulfillment, might be a bit of a struggle. So, as you moving just to be urgent, or as you living your life with a true purpose, step into the office with me. Let's see how you work. First, your purpose is something bigger than you. Why do you make your music? You feel me? Like that's how you can start to discover like what is my purpose? Something bigger than you, and you want to ask yourself, why do you make music? Like me, for instance, it took me a long time. It ain't no overnight thing. It ain't no 5 to 10 minute question. It's something that you sometimes got to really ponder and think about. Like, why am I doing this shit? Because if it's for money and straight to hustle, then it might be a deeper purpose you need to align your message with. You know what I'm saying? Because if it is money and that is your driven purpose and goal, then that's fine too. But you got to implement that in everything you know, and know that if your purpose is something material, it's not that much fulfillment in it because it's not infinite. It's a limited resource. So you might have to go a little deeper. But first, ask yourself, why do I make music? Right? Connect that grind, with meaning. So it's like once you get past, okay, this is why I make music, this is why I love to drop what I drop, connect that hustle and that grind, like I always tell you, with your meaning in life. That's why it can't be money, right? You say, hey, my purpose and my path in this game is to get a bag. But then you discover, damn, is that my meaning? So I'm lining all my grind steps to get money out of life because that's the only thing I want. I was just saying it's cool, but you got to think about it. It's a good motivator to keep us going through the journey. But far as the purpose of fulfillment, it's not the destination. It's just the journey fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? Just to fill up, to keep us there on the way. Next thing you want to do, align your work with a deeper calling, right? So if you take your grind, you already line that up with some deeper meaning in your life, it will be easy and simple for you to take your work and align it with the calling. Like for instance, my latest album was called Stuck in the Grind. My whole mission is to get entrepreneurs, musicpreneurs, artists in music, or businessmen in music to the next level, piece by piece. Take them places I've been or places I've never been. It's about sharing the information. So Stuck in the Grind was a piece out that journey, a piece of an entrepreneur's life where you just be stuck and trying to figure things out. The album before that was Hustle Heart. That's like the motivator, like saying, hey, have a heart when you hustle, have some meaning behind your effort. Then my first album was called Beauty in the Struggle, knowing that this gonna be a struggle, but it's beautiful because I'm making the right steps along my journey. Right. So align your work with your calling, bro. Or just try to make your work align with the meaning, then the calling will hit you. Next thing you want to do, we're gonna go over some discover steps. And it starts with what? The awareness of you. So when you're on the path of your purpose, you figure out what that is, you got a good grasp on it. The first step to discover really what it is, to go deeper, is to ask yourself, what are you? You know, parts about yourself, your unique style, your stories, your gifts, the way you rap, your cadence. All these things make up you. That's the awareness. These things that help you find your purpose. So all you're doing is breaking down sort of like a rubric of yourself or a data piece on yourself or how you move. You know what I'm saying? What's that nigga resume? Next thing you want to know is seek feedback and be honest, bro. Make sure it's honest feedback and make sure you being honest with the feedback. Cause nobody want to be a Debbie Downer and nobody want to be um, selfish or person that's not listening to nobody, straight arrogant and like I don't fuck what y'all niggas said. So it got to go both ways. You got to be honest with yourself. You got to make sure you keep a real crew around you too. It got to be a team member. It could be a fan. It can be somebody that you look up to like a mentor. Let them listen to your shit. Go over it and let them give you an honest feedback. Because the only thing you're gonna do is use that as fuel to the fire, right? So when people be like, man, throw that nigga to the fire, you're gonna use that to refine yourself. You're not gonna leave it to define yourself. See right there? We're gonna use that feedback to refine ourselves, not define ourselves. Because if you know about when they throw people to the fire, it only can do two things. You know what I'm saying? It's either gonna purify us or refine us. We either gonna come out a different form or we're gonna come out cleaner than we was before. So whenever you get any type of feedback, just use that to refine you, not define you. Right. Next thing you want to know that it's levels. You feel me? Once you go through the first step of the feedback and you got a ground level what your purpose is, now we enter in the levels of purpose. Spiritual level. This is a higher belief. Remember, I said something bigger than you. Faith, it can be legacy. You don't believe in having kids, a legacy. It can be some good for the culture. But whatever it is, it has to be along the lines of spiritual purpose. Connect your spiritual purpose along with your social purpose. Your social purpose makes up your music connections, your untold stories, shit that only you know. You know what I'm saying? That nobody else knows. And giving the people real value. Remember what I said, giving them something that they can improve or move forward in their life. And the crazy thing about it, our unique stories help people in their life. How many documentaries or true stories you watch and you learn lessons from that moving forward, right? So them untold stories. And last but not least, we want to go with um sacrificial purpose. So once you got your spiritual purpose, your social purpose, you're going to go a sacrificial purpose, something that you're giving up to move forward. It could be your time, it could be comfortability, it could be your resources. This is all the steps that you're taking to find a true purpose within yourself. As I told you, it's a life journey, and some of us have more things that we think we attended here to do than others. So you have to go through these steps as an artist to kind of bring out that true artistry in you. So when it comes to making this music, it's effortless when it comes to you to connect with the people. That's what all this for. So you got your spiritual purpose, your social purpose, and your sacrificial purpose. The time, the comfort, and the resources. And this is my last one right here, which I love. The greatness requires giving because you have to give up something. You have to sacrifice something to be great. So give up time, you give up the comfort, or you can give up the resources, man. Anyone would do. Last but not least, now we're gonna develop that purpose, right? Now that we got a good grasp on what it is, we done went through the levels of it, spiritual, social, and sacrificial. Now we're gonna give it up to the development. Now it's really time to level up, right? Starting with your mindset. The first one. Your mindset. You want to stay humble, you want to be grateful, but most of all, you want to be laser focused, right? And skill set. You want to master your routine. You want to master your abilities or your flow, your cadence, your music, anything that you kind of got, because it's so dynamic. That's why I'm pausing. It's like you can take up any spectrum of music, but as far as things you want to deliver in your artistry, you want to master a nice skill level. Like me, I'm good with the bars, I'm good with the beats, and I'm good with the mixing also, and mastering, right? And even editing. So those things that's in my skill set. And then your tool set, you want to have your LLC, your royalty accounts, you want to have your team and your tech. So these are all things that you need, in my opinion, to move forward. And after you do all these, of course, you're going to execute. And one of the main things before I get up out of here that you can do on the path of your purpose is just ask yourself, why do I create? Right? So remember, it's levels to this in discovering your purpose, but you got to keep going because it's the best time to put that work in. So stay hustling, but most of all, stay smart.